Invoking the memory of legendary rulers, our Lord High Chamberlain as El Cacique Principal.
The mountain air is as soft as organza when the beautiful, haunting sound of a flute drifts down from the Andes. This simple music is a folk tradition as old as the Inca Empire. The flutes and panpipes are fashioned from simple plants and reeds, and the music resonates with a sweet sound that carries you high into the land of the condor. Recreating the sounds of a moonlit forest on some long-forgotten mountainside, Her Grace Ida Louise Larkin of the House of Steen, Duchess of the magical music of the Andes. The Duchess is escorted by Mr. Houston Korth Frost. It was a time when the earth had four corners. The age when the water serpents carved out the streams, the lakes, the rivers. The waters ran swiftly, unabated, and the world had four corners. Thus began a story told as snow fell and icy cold wrapped itself around Mother Earth. Inside the cedar houses of the Kwakiutl Indians of the Pacific Northwest, the long winter nights were filled with such tales of the great spirits. Lessons which taught the children to take care of their land so that the land in turn would take care of them. Symbolizing a tradition older than history, Her Grace Emily Samantha of the House of Herman, Duchess of Legendary Storytellers. The Duchess is escorted by Mr. Robert Earl Waymeyer III. Fabulous beyond belief is how the Spanish described Coricancha, one of the most important temples in the Inca Empire. Its walls and floors were covered in sheets of pure gold, and the courtyard dazzled with life-size sculptures of animals amid a golden field of corn. Facing east was a massive image of the sun encrusted with emeralds and other precious stones. This opulence was used by the Spanish to build the Church of Santo Domingo, which rises from the stone foundation of the old temple. Treasuring the great heritage of buried temples, Her Grace, Jessica Olivia, of the House of Louis, Duchess of the Golden Enclosures of Coricancha. The Duchess is escorted by Mr. Alfred Brewer II. Journey into a timeless world of grace, beauty, and romance as the elegance of South America burst forth in the stunning splendor of its gemstones. Most treasured of this priceless array is the brilliant and beautiful emerald, surrounded by a fascinating, rich history lore, and tradition, it is said to be born of lovers' tears, transformed by the sun into a mountain range of glistening green, embraced by silver or embedded in gold. The emeralds of South America have been cherished for centuries. Sparkling in the splendor of precious stones, Her Grace Catherine Elizabeth of the House of Samis, Duchess of the Legend of the Emerald. The Duchess is escorted by Mr. Michael Paul Benham. The cacao tree, native to South America, has a long and delicious history. Cultivated in the tropical jungles of the Americas, the cacao bean was key to a vast trade empire and used not only as a luxury drink, but also as money, an offering to the gods, and a tribute to rulers. The Spanish took the treasured bean to Europe, where it became a fashionable obsession. Delicate yet rich, delighting all sensations, it is indeed food for the gods. Savoring the heavenly taste of chocolate, Her Grace Sarah Carrington of the House of Stumberg, Duchess of the Richness of Cacao. The Duchess is escorted by Mr. Paul Randolph Mayo III. Step back in time to the shores of Lady Titicaca, when Tiwanaku was the center of a powerful, self-sustaining empire. It was a magnificent royal city characterized by massive stone buildings, fine textiles, and metalwork. But the painted pottery, bearing bold designs and bright colors of the gateway god, jaguars, and winged pumas, is considered one of the great achievements of pre-Columbian art. Crumbled walls, a few stone monoliths, and exquisite pottery fragments are all that remain of a place that for centuries had shimmered from afar in the bright sunlight. Cherishing the memories of forgotten glory, Her Grace Carlotta Louise of the House of Hill, Duchess of Inspired Creations. The Duchess is escorted by Mr. John Thomas Saunders III. The Paracas culture developed along the Peruvian coastal region near the Pampa Desert. Known for their exquisite needlework, which has survived centuries of exposure to sun, rain, and wind, they used cloth and thread as their palette to portray the dance of life around them. Swaths of sumptuous fabric bear tribute to birds, serpents, and the eye of God. Their embroidered textile art surrounded their life and death with beauty. Singing praises for 1,000 years of astonishing art, Her Grace Melanie Marie of the House of Musselman, Duchess of Paracan Textiles. The Duchess is escorted by Mr. Robert Clinton Worth. In the hot, hazy desert of Peru lies one of the most baffling mysteries of our time. Geometric patterns and spirals, whimsical animal shapes, figures of fanciful birds, and thousands of straight lines are etched onto the desert surface. The last design was created over 1,000 years ago. Known as Nazca lines, the drawings have mystified scientists since they were first discovered in 1920. Are they agricultural and astrological calendars, or the very fingerprints of the gods? With reverence and awe for the creative spirit of the ancients, Her Grace Virginia Hogan Carrington of the House of Johnson, Duchess of the Nazca Lines. The Duchess is escorted by Mr. Harrison Clement Carrington. Over 12,000 years ago, ancient people followed Ice Age animals across a land bridge from Asia to Alaska. By the time Columbus landed in the New World, it was indeed a very old world that had seen entire civilizations rise and fall through the centuries. More than 40 million people speaking 2,000 languages already lived in a rich diversity of cultures that blanketed the entire continent. From forager to farmer, tribe to nation, their civilizations lived in harmony with the grandeur of the land, the beauty of the earth, and the great spirits of the universe. Enriching our continent with stirring tales of creations and new beginnings, Her Grace Amanda Elizabeth of the House of Williams, Duchess of Ice Age Journeys. The Duchess is escorted by Mr. William Atwood Brooks.